Men are taught to accept women who are balanced, who are masculine all the time and feminine sometimes, but you still want a man who's always masculine. You're not going to want a guy who's balanced, masculine and feminine, who half the time is wearing an apron.
Unbelievable. Dude, Sneako's taking the words right out of my mouth.
Who's kissing you.
You're absolutely right, but my man never gets the work meat. Once I step through that door.
We don't know that. We don't know that. See? My man doesn't get the work meat. Yeah, until he does. And that's what we're talking about. When we see a woman who looks like her, when we see a woman that looks like you, we assume correctly she's probably going to act like that. So if you're acting like this outside, what assurances do we have? What assurances do we have that this is not the way you act when you get home? No, this is the way this woman acts all the time because it comes way too naturally to her.
Or once I answer his phone call, whether I'm at work, he doesn't get
How do you turn it off?
It's balance. He doesn't want to date a man. He want to date a soft woman. He wants to come home to someone who isn't combative, someone who listens, someone who's coachable. That's what he wants. He wants a soft ass at the end of the night. He doesn't want the woman who's telling him.
No, we don't want a soft ass. We want a tight ass. We want a tight ass.
Do this and do that. I'm not his mother. I'm his woman.
Yes, indeed.
Very well sounds good on paper, but so does communism. It typically doesn't work that way. When you're an aggressive woman and you're masculine and you're dominant, it's very, very difficult to turn that off.
It is. It's
to put
very
that
rare.
face on everyone. Listen, I'll take the accountability that at one point in my life, in some of my relationships, if you were to sit down with my exes, yes, that would probably be a trait that they would say, damn, you got to turn that shit down. I'm not trying to date a dude.
Okay.
But there's something called growth. I'm not 21, 22, no disrespect to you ladies, but I've lived a little. So I'm in a space in my life where I know how to keep a man.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
What about you? Going.
I mean, I wouldn't date her, but sounds like she's got a good head on her shoulders. And listen, man, I mean, all we can do is assume that she's telling the truth. Zabivan says Bronx accent disqualified. Dude, something about the Northeastern, the New York accent, the Bronx accent, the fucking Boston accent. I don't care what the race of the woman is. It is it is the biggest turnoff. Like the Brooklyn, New York, Bronx accent on a woman, oh my God, it's trashy. It's just trashy.
Back to the original thing.
Why do you think
black women get swiped on left?
So I just want to say I appreciate the statistic because it's true, it's facts. And I've talked to men before that they're like, I intentionally do not swipe on black women, either because one, it's not their quote unquote taste, or it's just like they just blatantly are like, I'm not into that, so I'm swiping left. And so I've heard at least 3 guys say that.
All right, why do you think that is?
I mean, people say personal preference, but at the end of the day, if you're not open-minded enough to that could be your soulmate. I hate to say, I don't think I'll ever find my soulmate on a dating app, but
of course not.
Some people just automatically, it's a no. They don't even give it a chance. So I agree with what most people have
You're
said
kind of
so far.
avoiding the question, though. You're blaming the people. You're blaming the people who are not swiping instead of addressing why.
Yeah, but there are also 4 black women in that room. You cannot expect non-black women to give their opinions on why black women don't get swiped on Tinder. That's just all there is to it. That's all there is to it, man. Convicts with the $10 super chat says, a wise man once said, men their whole lives are taught how to treat a woman, but not what to expect from a woman, while women are taught what to expect from a man, but not how to treat a man. Wow. Very, very good observation there. Tony Esquire with the $5 super chat says, I hit the like and the super chat. Appreciate that. Knight Commander, member for 1 month. Says, greetings, Donovan. Proud member and loving it. Appreciate that very much. Derek the Trader with the $5 super chat says, a millionaire was dating 3 women. One was a doctor, one was a lawyer, one was an engineer. He married the one with the biggest tits. Thank you. Exactly. Let's continue.
Why do you think they're not swiping to begin with?
Well, prejudice, judgment. One thing I'd like to bring to the table, I don't care what anybody says, but basically, if there's generational trauma, imagine what's generational to the people that were causing that trauma. I feel honestly, there's some people in their lineage, there's just racism. You're going to be an ignorant ass person that's in your family line. That's how you guys lived. And that's
okay. Racism doesn't have anything to do with physical attraction. It just doesn't. Oh, we have reached 500 likes. Thank you guys very, very much. But yes, Racism has absolutely nothing to do, absolutely positively nothing to do with sexual preference. Guys, there were slave owners who hated black people who were sexually attracted to black women. We all know that. Dude, we all know the slave owners used to get it on with their, we all know that slave owners used to get it on with the help, right? Dude, they'd smash a black woman and go and whoop a black man. Honestly, racist against black people does not mean that they are not attracted to them. You can absolutely be racist as a motherfucker and still want to fuck the people that you are racist against, i.e. slave owners.
That's how you guys were successful. It carries on. So some people, they just are trained that way.
So it's
just
racism.
Yep.
If I'm telling you somebody doesn't swipe right on someone solely because of how they look and it's because they're brown, that's
racism.
discrimination. And the fact that I
Shout out to Jay Blaze. Welcome to the CME. These tickets are selling like hotcakes. Keep it going.
told you that there's people that have told me that they don't swipe on black women because they're black, that's that. Like, they said what
Okay.
they said.
It's self-explanatory.
Is it discrimination when you don't want to date a guy that's 5'6"?
Well, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, you have to give everybody
Thank you. There you go. There it is.
a chance.
Wait, hold on. But is it
Don't-
discrimination
Yes,
when you date a
it's
short
like
guy?
there's
when you
people
don't
that
date a
will
short
say
guy?
like you could talk to them for days.
Preference is not discrimination, sweetie. Like Asian girls don't turn me on. I've never been, like, there's a lot of guys who love Asian. I've never been turned on by Asian girls. I mean, I'm sure if an Asian girl were hot enough, I would absolutely smash, but Asian girls just aren't my type. Does that mean I'm racist against Asian girls? No. Just means they're not my type.
Oh my god, I love them. They're so nice. And then you realize how tall they are. Some people will leave that. They'll block you. They'll go the next way because they don't want that.
So you're a heightist.
That's a preference, though. That's a preference. Listen, man, we can talk all the shit about girls discriminating against guys because of their height. It is what it is. Girls would rather date tall guys than short guys. That's just how it is, man.
I'm
doesn't
saying
make 'em
some people,
bad.
I don't give a fuck. Give short kings a chance. Like,
Yeah.
if you
Ooh.
make me at the end of the day, if you
Yes.
make me feel like I should,
Short
if you're my
nigga with my dick
companion-
tall.
This is fantastic.
Did she just say a short king a chance? Did she really just call men kings? Interesting. I think I need to see and maybe hear a little more. Just a little more before I pass judgment here.
I mean, I'm 5'4", so 5'6" is fine. As long as you're taller
Stop
than me
the
and
cap.
like whatever, that's okay.
It's
Not
funny that
the
people
cap.
don't use that word heightist though. Fresh has that word heightist. They don't blame you for that. They say that's a preference. You prefer taller men and we accept it. But if you flip it on race, which is something that you're born with, just like your height,
Nobody accepts the height thing. Everybody says
Everybody
something
says
about
height.
It
height.
has to.
everybody
Yeah.
has to.
What?
Thank
Well,
you.
there's a lot of things about like a woman
85%
wants
of
to wear
women want a
heels.
man who's 6 feet tall or above.
And you always
But
see
how
it's in
many of them are
miles.
with that?
A lot of
Doesn't matter what they're with, it matters what they want.
I want it though.
They're not gonna get it.
You put men 6 feet and above.
Good question. I mean, good point. But most women are delusional of their own personal value.
Thank you.
Long
So
as he's
that,
taller than
that's
me.
what I'm trying to say is that a lot of people are missing out on a lot of good because of what they saw.
We'll talk to women. Talk to women. Women are the picky ones. Men are not as selective as women. We're just not.
So they're just dismissing it because they don't even want to give it a chance.
My point is, I just find it interesting how you're reluctant to call not dating a short guy. You're reluctant to call that discrimination, but you quickly went ahead and said if a guy doesn't want to date a black girl, that's discrimination.
I never said that.
It's all
I agree. I
discrimination.
agree. Exactly. It's discrimination. If
It's all
somebody said, I
discrimination.
just said that. If somebody, you find out
She said, "Wait, did you say it or didn't you? Like, which is it?"
their height, you're talking to them, you actually like them, and then you find out your height and you diss them, you're like on to the next. That's discrimination.
So you don't agree there's a small line between discrimination and preference?
Well, yes. If you have a preference, you are by definition going to discriminate those who do not fit your preferences. But just because I'm not attracted to Asian girls, for the most part, does not mean I'm racist against Asians. Any more than a girl who's not attracted to short guys is heightist. It is what it is. We're not here to complain about it.
It
I'm
is
not saying that, but I'm just trying to.
Miami J with the $2 super chat says, yes, sir. Jay Blaze, meet you there. Alvin Sam with the $5 super chat says, dating is not an equal opportunity employer. Hypergamy itself is discrimination and also age gap relations. Exactly. Listen, man, the world does not owe you an explanation, and it does not owe you an apology. It doesn't. It doesn't. And I'm glad. I mean, this makes for great conversation fodder. But in the end, it doesn't matter why men. It doesn't matter really why black women are the least preferred. They are.
She didn't. What I'm trying to say, display here is that she didn't have that same energy for height. But she was quick to say, if you don't want to date a black girl, that's discrimination. So what about all the girls that don't date short guys?
I was just ready with my answer.
Is that discrimination too?
Because I don't think there's a history of us people getting whooped because of their height.
They were high.
Short.
Exactly.
Because they were short.
This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. They have no idea. They don't know that preference and prejudice are not mutually exclusive from one another. What are we doing?
You know what I mean? People
Not even
were abused
discriminated
and didn't get the same equality because of their race, not because of their height. It's just the history of it.
Yeah.
What does that have to do with dating preferences? What does that have to do with dating preferences? Most white guys don't want to date black women. Does that mean they're racist against black people? Of course not.
People like to
Not
make
to
short
say-
jokes all the time. Sorry to cut you off, by the way.
I don't think it's the same. I don't think somebody deciding not to date someone because of their preference, whether it's like, I like fit guys, I like girls with big butts, I like girls with titties, I like girls, whatever, that those are preferences. And in some sort of nature, yes, it is a slight of discrimination. But we live in a world where there's a big word called racism. And racism, I think, overpowers the discrimination part, which is like, yo, you don't
shouldn't put it on.
This makes absolutely no sense. This makes absolutely no sense. Just because you don't prefer to date a certain kind of man or woman does not mean you are discriminating against them for nefarious reasons.
Men
Might I
to go
add-
solve racism on dating apps.
Might I add that black
he's
women come in all different
hold on.
shades.
Men are entitled to their preference. I don't think
Even
there's
your
nothing
shade.
wrong with a man saying, yo, I like a lighter skinned woman. That's just what I
Nothing
like.
wrong.
But I think he also has to still have the mind frame of saying, but if I ran into a darker skinned woman, which I haven't found one yet that I'm attracted to, but if I do, I would give it a shot.
You're just saying it in flowery language. Can a guy say, I don't date black women?
No.
Yeah.
I'm telling
No,
you
it
that
can't.
It sounds real racist
like
to
I
me.
can say I don't
But
date
who else says I
women.
want a short? I don't
You
date
said
short
the
guys.
same thing.
Nobody says.
What she said.
That's the thing.
Hold on. You just said
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. If somebody says, I don't date black guys, you sound racist. So what about a woman who says, I don't date short guys? Come on.
explained it in flowery language to not make you feel bad. I don't like lighter skin, sometimes brown skin. That's the same
You
thing.
can say black woman,
What I just
but
said in
that's
4
a wide
words-
range of women.
What I just said in 4 words, like you took 30 words to
But
say.
hold on, let me piggyback on what she just said, right? Look, right? She said, when you talk about black women, you talk about all skin
Different
colors.
shades of
And
women.
black women come this complexion, they come this complexion, they
Regardless.
come this complexion. But that's not what the problem is. When you're swiping right,
You don't know what the problem is?
you're swiping right on the
Because
complexion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're not swiping
This is
right on
unbelievable.
the
I mean-
fact that she's an African American. I mean, look at the prince. He's married to a black woman.
Hello.
You understand
That's
what I'm
your
saying?
color.
But the world didn't perceive her until they really knew that she was a Jamaican black woman.
Then they
You understand what I'm
accepted her.
saying?
I don't know what this has to do with anything. I don't know what this has to do with anything.
So my point, do you understand what I'm saying?
781 people watching. The like button clock is back on. I need 600 likes. I need 600 likes in 10 minutes. I need 70 more likes in the next 10 minutes. 70 likes in 10 minutes. Let's get it.
So when you're swiping right and you're saying, why are black women swiped right? No, let's put it plain sight. Why are dark women swiped right on?
Amen.
Oh my God.
It's not,
That's a good
because it's
point.
not black women.
That's how I took
Because it's
that
not black
question.
women.
That's how I took that question.
And black, hold on, black.
That's not
First of all,
true.
black is the color.
black
African.
is
Let's
one
just go with
thing.
African American. Why are African American women swiped right on? Right? Because that's
This
a
is
race.
insane.
That's-
Devin just nailed it. If a white person says they don't date black people, it's racist. If a black person says they don't date white people, it's preference. Exactly.
It's all right.
Okay, let's let her finish her point. So
Yeah.
you're saying it's discrimination. Okay.
So, and-
Anything else?
yeah,
Prejudice, judgment, discrimination.
To
Anything
bring
else?
it back, if you think about a dating app, all you have is a person, what they let you know, and their photos. So at the end of the day, you're swiping on what they look like regardless.
Well, there you go.
So some people do justify like, oh, I don't like these photos. They're bad photos. I'll come up with my judgment on her. Swipe. That's what it is. A dating. You're not gonna get anything. Like
All
it's
right,
just
to
surface
summarize:
level.
prejudice, judgment, discrimination.
Photo based and what you like, I guess.
Okay.